Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Trump draws thousands to DC rally ahead of inauguration. Biden pardons Marcus Garvey and four others before leaving office. Trump delayed TikTok ban with executive order to keep app online. Trump plans to end border app as 270,000 migrants await entry. Senator Lindsey Graham supports Kash Patel as FBI director pick. Governor Hochul urges New Yorkers to prepare for winter storm and extreme cold. Secret tunnel found on US-Mexico border. Three women hostages returned to Israel in first phase of hostage release. Tanker truck explosion in northern Nigeria kills 86 people. Theatre director Claire Van Kampen passes away on husband Mark Rylance's birthday. Djokovic refuses Australian Open interviews over insulting comments. And Ruben Amorim calls Manchester United's team maybe the worst in history. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. Thousands of Donald Trump's supporters braved freezing weather to attend his Make America Great Again victory rally in Washington on Sunday, one day before his return to the White House. The event, initially planned outdoors, was moved to Capitol One Arena due to severe cold. Trump, 78 years old, began the day with a solemn wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. He saluted as a burglar played taps. Supporters, many wearing red MAGA hats and jackets, lined up for blocks to attend the rally. Some chanted USA, while others used megaphones to cheer. Security in the city was heightened with steel fences and police patrols near the Capitol and White House. In his speech and upcoming inauguration, Trump hinted at bold plans, including reshaping immigration and trade policies. The news was reported by Gareth Merchant, Millennium News 24. President Joe Biden issued pardons yesterday on his final full day in office, focusing on individuals who made significant contributions to their communities. Biden said America is built on the promise of second chances as he highlighted his record-breaking use of clemency powers. On Friday, he commuted nearly 2,500 sentences, the most by any U.S. president. Biden pardoned 5 individuals, including Marcus Mosier Garvey, posthumously. Garvey, a black nationalist, was convicted of mail fraud in the 1920s but had his sentence commuted in 1927. Biden also pardoned Ravi Ragbir, an immigrant rights advocate, and Kemba Smith Pradia, a criminal justice reform supporter. Among the others was Don Scott, the first black Speaker of Virginia's House of Delegates, who served 7 years for drug charges. Scott expressed gratitude after receiving a call from the White House confirming his pardon. Through tears, he said, "I'm grateful President Biden used his power to give second chances." In December, Biden made history by granting clemency to 1,500 people in one day and pardoning nearly 40 individuals. Donald Trump announced on Truth Social that he would issue an executive order delaying the U.S. TikTok ban. The move came after the app briefly went offline due to a bipartisan law banning TikTok unless its Chinese owner ByteDance sold it to a US-based company. Trump stated the order aimed to extend the timeline for the ban to protect national security while ensuring TikTok remained accessible. TikTok began restoring service shortly after Trump's announcement. The company expressed gratitude to Trump for providing clarity and confirmed plans to work with him on a long-term solution. Over 170 million Americans and 7 million small businesses rely on TikTok. The law requiring TikTok sale was upheld by the Supreme Court and allowed a 90-day extension under specific conditions. Trump stated he favored a joint venture where the U.S. would own 50%. ByteDance has not confirmed interest in selling TikTok. This stance contrasts with Trump's previous efforts to ban TikTok in 2020, which were later reversed by Joe Biden. Trump now emphasized balancing national security with TikTok's role in the U.S. economy. Around 270,000 migrants in Mexico are waiting to enter the U.S. through the CBP One app, which President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to shut down. This app, launched in January 2023 by the Biden administration, allows migrants to book appointments to seek asylum legally at U.S. border entry points. The Biden administration used the app to reduce illegal crossings by offering legal pathways for entry. As of January 16th, nearly 919,000 migrants entered the U.S. using CBP One. However, Trump and his nominee for Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, have promised to end the system, raising concerns that migrants may resort to illegal crossings. Currently, about 30,000 migrants are scheduled to enter through the app in the next 3 weeks. It remains unclear if the Trump administration will honor these appointments or change the system. Outgoing Biden officials warned that canceling CBP One could increase illegal crossings, which recently dropped to a 4-year low. Trump's team also plans to reinstate strict border policies, including the Remain in Mexico program. Critics argue these changes might disrupt current arrangements and create new challenges at the US-Mexico border. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Senator Lindsey Graham, a close ally of President-elect Donald Trump, said he plans to support Kash Patel as the next FBI director. Graham made the announcement during an interview yesterday, expressing confidence in Patel's qualifications. Patel served in key defense and intelligence roles during Trump's first term and gained attention for challenging investigations into Russian election interference and supporting Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. Patel has faced criticism including from former Attorney General William Barr, who questioned his qualifications in his memoir. Graham disagreed with Barr, calling him wrong. Graham stated he trusts Patel's abilities, citing recommendations from former Representative Trey Gowdy, who worked closely with Patel. Patel's nomination has sparked controversy, partly due to his book, where he listed federal officials and journalists as part of a so-called executive branch deep state. Critics worry he may target them if confirmed. The Senate Judiciary Committee will review Patel's nomination in the coming weeks. Graham said Patel will need to address tough questions but added he believes Patel is a qualified man of the law. FBI Director Christopher Wray is set to step down after the Biden administration ends. Governor Kathy Hochul issued a warning today about severe winter conditions affecting New York this week. Snow is expected across New York City, Long Island, and Westchester, with up to 6 inches possible. The Mid-Hudson and Capital regions could see up to 8 inches of snow. Lake-effect snow warnings are in place for areas near Lakes Erie and Ontario, including western New York and central New York, with up to 3 feet of snow in some areas. Along with snow, extremely cold temperatures are expected, with wind chills as low as -25 degrees Fahrenheit. Governor Hochul has urged New Yorkers to take necessary precautions and prepare for hazardous weather. State agencies are mobilizing to respond to the storm, including deploying snow plows and emergency responders. Residents have been encouraged to monitor local forecasts and stay informed about any weather-related updates or alerts. Now it's time for global updates. A secret tunnel discovered on the US-Mexico border will soon be sealed off by Mexican authorities, according to an official in Ciudad Juarez. The tunnel, found on January 10th, connected the Mexican city of Ciudad Juarez to El Paso, Texas. It measured about 1,000 feet and was equipped with lighting, ventilation, and reinforcements to prevent collapses. The tunnel, hidden in a storm sewer system between the two cities, had an entrance that was 6 feet high and 4 feet wide, making it easy for people or contraband to pass through. Authorities have started an investigation into its construction, which may have taken 1 to 2 years. General Jose Lemus, commander of Ciudad Juarez's military garrison, said the tunnel's existence had been discussed on social media platforms like TikTok, which may have helped smugglers. The Mexican Attorney General's office will lead the investigation into possible complicity by authorities. In related news, a fire in a temporary camp for undocumented migrants in Chihuahua led to the evacuation of 56 people. This incident comes amid heightened security on both sides of the border ahead of the U.S. presidential inauguration. 3 hostages freed by Hamas from Gaza have safely arrived in Israel. The women Romin Gonen, Doron Steinbrecher, and Emily Damari were released on January 10, 2025, after being held since the October 7, 2023 attack. The Israel Defense Forces received the hostages from the Red Cross for health checks upon arrival. The hostages were among around 250 people taken during the attack, which led to over a year of war. The Biden administration's Middle East coordinator, Brett McGurk, confirmed they were in poor conditions but would be cared for. Some hostages remain in Gaza, with more expected to be freed in phases under the new ceasefire deal. The first phase of the deal involves releasing 33 hostages, including women, children, and elderly, with more expected in the coming weeks. Over 1,000 Palestinian prisoners will also be released in exchange. Efforts are ongoing to bring the remaining hostages home. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. A tanker truck explosion in northern Nigeria on Saturday killed at least 86 people and left many others injured. The incident took place in Niger when the petrol tanker overturned, spilling fuel that later exploded. According to the National Emergency Management Authority, over 70 bodies were recovered and 56 people were injured. More than 15 shops were also destroyed in the blast. The injured individuals were taken to nearby hospitals for treatment, while recovery efforts for the deceased continued. The accident follows a similar blast in Jigawa State last October, which claimed 147 lives. Authorities have confirmed that efforts to rescue victims and assess the damage are ongoing. As investigations into the cause of the explosion continue, it is expected that additional updates will be provided as recovery work progresses. Claire Van Kampen, a renowned theatre director and composer, passed away at the age of 71 on Saturday after battling cancer. Her family confirmed the news, describing her as one of the funniest, wickedest, and most inspiring women they had known. Van Kampen died in Germany surrounded by her loved ones on the 65th birthday of her husband, actor and playwright Mark Rylance. Van Kampen's career spanned decades with notable achievements, including 5 Tony Award nominations. She was especially famous for her work with the Royal Shakespeare Company and the Royal National Theatre. In 2018, she was nominated for Best Play for Farinelli and the King. Rylance, who married Van Kampen in 1989, expressed his admiration for her, recalling how they first met while working on The Wandering Jew. Together, they collaborated on several Shakespearean productions. The couple's family described her as a magical influence on their lives. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Novak Djokovic announced that he would no longer do on-court interviews at the Australian Open following what he called insulting comments made by a broadcaster. After this win over Jiri Lehecka, Djokovic refused the usual post-match chat and took the microphone from interviewer Jim Courier, quickly thanking the crowd before leaving to booze. The 10-time Australian Open champion explained that the comments were made by a prominent journalist working for Channel 9, which is the official broadcaster of the tournament. Djokovic criticized the broadcaster for not apologizing for the offensive remarks directed at Serbian fans and himself. He made it clear that his decision was not aimed at Courier or the Australian public. Djokovic also mentioned he was in contact with tournament organizers and was willing to accept a fine for skipping interviews. He stated that he would continue this stance until he received an apology. Ruben Amorim criticized his team as maybe the worst in the history of Manchester United following a 3-1 loss to Brighton. The defeat left United in 13th place with 26 points, just 10 points above the relegation zone. Fans booed the team off the pitch at Old Trafford, marking the club's 6th home league defeat this season. the most since 1893-94. Amorim, who replaced Erik ten Hag, acknowledged his team's poor performance, winning only 2 of his first 10 Premier League games. He admitted the squad was underperforming and that everyone was to blame. Amorim also defended his decision to stick with his 3-4-3 system, stating he believed they could succeed but needed to survive the tough period. The manager also addressed Marcus Rashford's absence, saying it was the player's choice to be left out, and emphasized that the team must continue fighting despite the struggles. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,422.53. The NYSE Composite is increased by 245.88 points or 1.28%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,444.58. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 29.72 points or 0.08%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,227.12. The Shanghai index is decreased by 13.82 points or 0.43%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,286.07. The Hang Seng index is increased by 66.29 points or 0.34%. Bombay stock close price is 76,724.08. The Sensex index is increased by 224.45 points or 0.29%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump draws thousands to DC rally ahead of inauguration. Biden pardons Marcus Garvey and 4 others before leaving office. Trump delayed TikTok ban with executive order to keep app online. Trump plans to end border app as 270,000 migrants await entry. Senator Lindsey Graham supports Kash Patel as FBI Director pick. Governor Hochul urges New Yorkers to prepare for winter storm and extreme cold. Secret tunnel found on US-Mexico border. Three women hostages returned to Israel in first phase of hostage release. Tanker truck explosion in northern Nigeria kills 86 people. Theatre director Claire Van Kampen passes away on husband Mark Rylance's birthday. Djokovic refuses Australian Open interviews over insulting comments. And Ruben Amorim calls Manchester United's team maybe the worst in history. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BT Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.